The vibe is raw. Is rough. That's why you should just play a sleazy goblin. Plenty of art options for that.
It's true.
Hey ho, how's it going? The name's Trodor the Ninth.
The ninth. I've just said
The
that.
ninth of the litter. All goblins are just Trodor.
They're just all Trodor. Kinda, deep down.
As all
We're all a
Guz
little
are
Trodor.
Guz.
Yeah, we all have a little Guz and a little Trodor in us. The suspense is building.
Why can I not? Oh, there we go. Okay, there's a silly toggle where it's like, why can't I upload an image? Like, I can't mess with the left side. Never mind, we're good.
Is it toggle ye? Yeah, you do that every time. Become second nature after a bit, though.
That'll do. Yeah, that'll do.
There you go. I would fix your name. And I'll put you on the thingy. Oh, I didn't really make a different color. Sucks. Really kind of like sucksy. Well, I tried. Won't let me change my drawing colors very easily, and I don't want to look like fooled it. I will.
Oh, I guess I should ask here. Is it okay if I make my packed weapon my gun?
No! You've been tricked! You fool! Bamboozled!
Damn.
I allowed you to get this far, and now you've been stopped right as you thought you were so close. Remake the character.
I'm just looking at improved packed weapon, and it's a short bow, long bow, light crossbow, and heavy crossbow, but not gun.
Yeah. You're all good there, Chief.
All right, cool. I'm gonna put that in there. And gun.
And gun! He is beauty. He's almost
He is great.
similar to another feller I know. He harkens back to a day.
I don't know
Leave
what you're
Fritz.
talking about.
Friedrich, Leofritz, that's similar.
The whole time. And my voice.
All right.
Yeah, this
I'm
works.
into it. I'm into that vibe. That is a vibe. That is a cool character. So, with that, if everyone's ready, we can kind of settle in and like launch into the intro and play
Like,
the first
fucking
bit.
get it.
Get it. Get it. All right. Well, settle in and tune in for some listening time as our story begins in a small village. Really, at this point, just a campsite, built aside a 600-ton opulent class train dubbed Harmony. The Harmony was, until recently, under the control of a corporation known as Healing Word, who dominate the medical care in the city of Luagao. But now, after a group of hijackers successfully defeated the corporate guards and captured the train, it has been discovered that their assault caused damage to 4 parts of the train that must be replaced before anything further can be done with this vessel. The 4 parts that need replacing are the gyro whirler, it whirls the gyros, which is essential for trains to operate, a set of converters, a graviturgical coupler, and an underframe harness. From your time here, and it's been a few days, you've acclimated a little bit, and you've heard that a stowaway on board claimed to be an engineer, and a greenhorn adventurer has been making his rounds trying to make himself useful. They, or others within the camp, might have some valuable insights on where to locate some of these parts. But before anything else, we jump over to the interior of the Harmony. First, I had to put your tokens here. Hang on. Gathered within a makeshift quarters/storage area that you have been making use of for your base of operations, the group surrounds the sole remaining survivor of the Healing Word's guardsman, who is currently bound, gagged, and imprisoned, as a decision has yet to be made regarding his fate. Looking at the man in question, he is a half-orc individual, showing a lot of his both sides of his features here. And he was a particularly hard one to take down, but here he is in your capture. We jump in on our 3 characters, and we're going to kind of introduce you one at a time. In the middle of a conversation about what is to be done with this individual. But before we jump into that conversation, and with the context that we are getting into that conversation, I would ask each of you to describe your characters, starting with Mag.
Yeah, sure.
What are you looking like, and what are you doing in this situation?
So Mag is currently leaning down with his handgun drawn. He is very odd looking, even for this setting where there's a lot of different styles in the city and outside of the city. He looks like something unfamiliar to anybody. You can't quite place his style. His hair in that top knot is not like any district of the city you might have seen before. He carries himself when he's presenting to others pretty meekly, but then when he's out of their face, he does kind of stand up tall and kind of try to be in the front. So right now he is leaning down towards this captured orc, gun in hand, and he is just trying to get some information as far as parts or any plans of Healing Word.
And moving on, Friedrich. How do we say that?
Friedrich.
How do we find Friedrich in this moment?
I think Friedrich is kind of away from this like little captive moment, like a few feet away, maybe on like the slight other side of the room, and he is like rifling through these containers and boxes and is just looking for like raw materials, specifically things like brass and copper and basically workable materials. And and also anything like combustible.
Just to give you an idea of the interior here, put that in the chat for you. It's kind of you can imagine there. That's where the individual is kind of tied up. He's tied up right next to those boxes there, kind of attached to the wall. And you guys are all kind of gathered around him there.
Yeah, Friedrich, he's like straight up using a. He's 2 crowbars. This is kind of funny. Yeah, he's straight up using like a combination of crowbars and hammers to make like a pulley system. To just like, I think he's like jamming the prying end of the crowbars into different boxes and just like walking down a line, just banging on the other end with the hammer, just pop them each open. And he's just going through things randomly. And I think kind of accompanying him, like variously hopping along the ground or like up onto a box or like flapping up near him, he has a very clearly mechanical bird. It's like a canary, but like too big to be a canary. But it's very, very clearly mechanical. So it's like you can hear whirring and clicking, and there's moving parts everywhere, and its movements are very like sporadic. But it's like hopping around on the ground or hopping up onto a crate or like pecking at his boot. But it's staying like right next to him constantly, but just following him around.
Got it. And you're kind of looking through these boxes, and you're kind of like looking through. These have kind of been, a lot of these containers have been gathered here, specifically by the camp. The camp's been here for a few days, to kind of work as a makeshift storage area for various supplies, used for building, food supplies, etc. But moving on, controller. How do we find yourself in this scene?
He's been, these are his companions, and he seeks to be helpful. Morality is a little bit secondary here to him. So in contrast to his goblin companion, who is obviously kind of here to get information out of this man, he's standing at 6'6" of metal next to him, full height, looking down on the orc prisoner, who I assume is kind of like, he's not at his full height tied up down there.
No, he's kind of like scrunched over and tied down, yeah.
He's got that big visor sort of deal going on with
I'm
his
actually
helmet.
cosplaying as him right now. I got the like loopty back here too, so like I'm like, I'm gonna do that with every character. I'm gonna go away for a few minutes, change my hairstyle and look to fit the vibe.
And just sort of like he's providing like almost that interrogation style lamp effect with his visor, where he's cast light on it and it's just shining down at this poor beat and tied up orc. So there's just this 6'6" metal behemoth standing, backing up his goblin as like sort of just this quiet threat. And other than that, he's got his big ass shield, his big, almost same height as him, 6'6" nearly, and head to toe. It's these two would know he's a warforged, but the average individual, he's just wearing so much plate on plate on plate, it's almost impossible to tell what he is.
And with that, we jump into the conversation as here on the ground, he is still gagged, but the half-orc with his arms bound, he is just staring down at the floor as he seems to just be kind of being a little bit dissociating, just kind of distancing his mind from the situation.
Before reaching to take off the mask, he's like, hey, buddy, just a couple questions. We're looking for a few parts. I figure you guys have a lead. Were you gonna just leave this thing in such a condition? I'm gonna take the mask off. Tell us what we want to know.
As you remove the mask, he looks up at you. The drain was in fine condition until you ruffians damaged it. We did not bring spare parts. We are not afforded such luxuries anymore.
Okay, good enough for me. Anyone need this guy?
Don't particularly need him, but I don't particularly not need him. Do we know anything that he could be useful for? I mean, what is he here for in the first place? What do you do? Who are you?
And what do you do? not defend this thing.
That was the job.
Oh,
That is a bad look. But it's not particularly aggressive. It's not uncooperative. We could use him. We could keep him.
Oh.
We could just let him go. Why do we care?
why do they have you defending something that they're not even gonna give spare parts to?
Sometimes I ask myself that same thing. The corpos in the city, though, they are corrupt. Healing word's no different. Sometimes you see something you shouldn't, and it changes your posting. But pay the bills, take care of my daughter. That's all I can really ask.
You wouldn't be willing to tell us what you saw that you maybe shouldn't have.
He just looks at you. And he gazes off stoically, just straight towards the wall. Are you going to kill me?
Well,
No, of course not. That's barbaric.
yeah, that would be
We're not
barbaric.
going to kill him. Why would we kill him?
Exactly. He has no loyalty to them.
You're just a man doing a job.
And you've got a daughter to protect. You can't die here. It'd be such a waste.
It will be a shame for her to go through the world alone. As an
He
reason
just
would
lets out
not
a
just
deep,
simply let you
gruff
go.
sigh, and but a man is his word, eh? What else
Right,
does he
but
have?
did they hire you to defend or hire you to die?
Looking around. It's
Assume
obvious they
that
don't give a
hire you
shit
to
about
simply
me.
defend, and if that's not an option, seems your employment is ended.
If, you know, I believe you. Your word sounds like your bond, but it sounds like Healing Word doesn't really think much about your word, or else they wouldn't have sent you off to this piece of shit.
I wouldn't call it a piece of shit.
He looks at you. And you would treat those under you better? He looks to the other two. Are these your goonies? Oh, they're your mooks?
Kind of shift his visor over to the goblin.
How does he treat you?
Oh,
I believe our relationship is quite amicable. I think we are friends before we are co-workers.
his test. I'm coming through, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Unless you've been talking just now.
A little bit, but I wasn't sure. Maybe it was just not
It
messing.
sounded like maybe, are you trying to do a voice mod thing?
I am.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
It is
Now
working.
you're coming through.
But, irrelevant. Adequate.
Yeah, see, I consider these guys more like future business associates than goonies or mooks. And we could use some more muscle.
I mean, what are they paying you?
Nothing. Just
Why
the
are you
cane.
doing it?
care for my daughter.
Well, I mean,
She's sick,
this
and they take care of her in exchange for my services. I make ends meet by doing mercenary work on the in between stops.
And if you were to be killed in the line of duty, does they continue to care for her?
It's the best I can do right now.
The thing is, we are unable to compromise our own position. I would say you have two options. You either can work for us, and we can figure out something, or you let you go to the next up, you disappear, fake your death, hope for the best.
And let me just tell you that now that we're in charge of this train, this isn't gonna be our train next in line for decommission. This is gonna be the one. So you get the option of being shoved into a corner and forgotten about until people like us with less morals might kill you, or you can get in on the ground floor of something that's gonna be really special.
He looks at you. If I were to help you, I would need a promise. And that's one that I have no real chips to bargain with or ask for. It's one you have no right to grant. But it's the only way I could do this. They have her somewhere in the city. If I go against them, I need her. Can you make that happen?
Don't know if I can reliably make these promises. They have her in the city. Don't know if they're exactly going to just hand over someone because they're asked for. Are you able to retrieve her yourself?
Once this train goes missing, I'm as good as dead to them. I show up, they're gonna start asking questions, gonna throw me in a cell. And then the torture will begin.
And how do you propose we are to get her?
I don't have a how, I don't have a why. I just have a why. And I need you. If you want me working for you, if you want me helping you, that's the only way I can do it. I gotta do it either way. You drop me off at the next station, that's what I'm off to do. But I understand going it alone is suicide.
Does that imply you have a where potentially, or a couple wares?
I know where she is.
Well, you are potentially in luck. I have no love for Healing Word, and I'd be more than happy to take them down. And if, in the process, I happen to come across your daughter, I would be more than happy to abscond with her in the course of
What is she
destroying.
sick with? How sick is she? How dependent on them is she?
She needs proper care.
Is this
She would need
something that we
someone
could
who could take care of
fabricate or work ourselves, or does this require
They
something at the corporate
at
level?
her at the facility, they have the right equipment. You could find a way to take that too, or replicate it.
Add it to the great engine.
Yep, the great engine.
I mean, I believe we already have intentions to go there eventually.
He looks at you kind of strangely. That was the first thing that threw him off. But he kind of shakes his head and looks back.
how long will they keep her while you're dead to them?
Well, I'm only dead when the train doesn't arrive at its destination schedule. Which if, we've been in here 2-3 days? That's still a week or two away. Maybe more. I have to look at the schedule.
Well, you're
This
saying-
time,
I'm sorry, you go ahead. You're talking about something really important.
there's time. But my contract only takes care of her. Excuse me, it's a little dusty in here.
So filtration
Wow.
needs work.
I am working. But there is... Well... We do have a device that allows us to access the Seeing Stone Matrix. I could call in and try to cover and buy time in that way too. I think about it.
Did that get kablooied?
I don't know. I've been imprisoned. You'd have to go and take a look for yourself. And he just kind of nods down to this southern doorway. You guys can see these little signs, these little mini like sign symbols.
Yeah.
If you can't, you can.
Yeah,
All
I
of you
can
can.
see.
Can anyone
Hover
not?
over it and it says enter.
Cool. So he points to the southern one, and if you go and move your token on that and click enter, it should transition you. Like it should go through the door
Ah.
essentially.
That's sick.
Yeah.
So go to the southern one.
If we
Mhm.
move our
So-
token to it, it'll just do it.
If you move your token into it and then click the button while your token's like
Oh,
touching,
it
yeah,
worked.
there you go.
Wait,
You
which
enter
direction are we
into the
going?
chamber. He pointed to the southern door, and that is where everyone's headed. It seems.
This guy
Oh.
is restrained, right?
Yes, he is tied up and like attached to the wall.
That's rad.
Oh wait. Before I go.
Yeah.
Like how long would
And he
does
can go
it
back the
take
same way.
to get to where you were going?
Oh, you're coming through a little bit there, Neb. It just started too. I'm not sure why. There you go. What's that? What's that?
How long to get where this thing was going? Does it take the full 2 weeks, or were you guys on a tight schedule, or?
I need to check the schedule. That would probably be, well, it's either in the engine room or back in the garage. Some of the other guards kept it near the war machines.
Okay, great, because we have to fix this thing. Something happened. Lots of parts are wrecked, but we're gonna fix it, and then we can get on our way. But that sounds like the first step.
Are you going to untie me?
No.
Fair enough. He stares off silently and stoically once more.
Thank you for your
I mean-
understanding.
Controller could simply just lead him around by the rope. No?
Oh, sure.
It is fine. I'm quite wounded from the battle still. I wouldn't mind the time to rest.
Right. Okay. Just some due precautions. Frederic's gonna like basically give him another once over to make sure he doesn't have anything he could like cut himself free with. Anything like nearby while I've been checking the boxes. Anything he can. I'm basically gonna try to make where he can't
Investigation
really free
check.
himself.
Bag's like thinking to himself, like, do prisoners get to make that decision?
You do find a number of hidden blades among his person that were not found previously, and as you search him, you just get one. There's one in his boot, one in right, one layer in the
Excuse me,
back. It's
I'm
like,
just going to take
it's
this
just like,
one.
okay,
It's
maybe
this
it's
one.
Maybe we should take him with us anyway.
Are you sure? I mean, I think I've got.
I didn't think the knives were a big deal considering I'm in manacles. I thought the irons would be enough. Apologies.
You understand. If we were in the manacles, we would do the similar thing.
He pushes himself up. His like hands are chained to the wall, and he like stands up. Well, if we must go.
Are his ankles manacled?
No.
Right, and excuse me. I'm then going to pull out my pair of manacles and manacle his ankles.
Wait, actually, is it
I
like
can
sleight
definitely
of hand
walk, but
to escape manacles?
there you go.
Dexterity check.
Okay.
Dexterity or strength? It's
Or
raw
strength check.
checks, so not skill checks either. So
Does he look stronger than he does dexterous? He looks big.
Insight check.
Okay.
he does have quite a few knives.
He's bulky, but kind of looking him over. Something about him is quite light on his feet. Hard to say though. It's hard to say. Like he moves quick. He moves kind of like Braum almost, like the way Braum moves in Game of Thrones. He kind of like bobs around like that.
All right. Well, then, just to be safe, I'm going to feature hex him for Dex, and be like, "No, you can stay here," and then he'll just be worse at trying to get out.
Yeah, and he feels the magic take hold, and he looks a little understanding, and he like, looks at you. He sits back down.
Okay, great.
It would be easily carried.
No, whatever.
You pass the hot tub room.
Oh.
You're like running by, and you're like, whoa.
Maybe a quick dip.
Yeah, like, it's actually quite nice in here. Like there are a few containers, like these like white structures. You're actually what am I talking about? Just show you with the power of third eye. It's kind of the corners of the room contain these sort of whatchamacallit, cabinets. That's what you'd call them. Closets for like a dress, so you can take your clothing off and such, as it were. And then also, you see it's actually well stocked with towels and various accoutrements for bathing. There's actually a temperature gauge kind of right near the edge of the water here. It lets you like adjust the heat of this water. Let's actually kind of heat up and bubble. It's great. It's fantastic. It's very cozy.
But I wasn't expecting a spa.
Yeah, it's very luxurious.
Okay, I'm coming back and using this later.
Shot of the tub and the cabinets.
I'm glad we didn't wreck that.
Just to be kind of neurotic, he's just take a peek in the closet and just see if it's towels and shit.
Yeah, towels, like soaps, sundries, sponges, various changes of undergarments and such.
No corporations in here.
Here you enter in to see a rather peculiar device. Coming into the chamber, you recognize, especially you, Mag, recognize this device. Ooh. Oh. There you go. This device in this chamber is one that allows one to access the Seeing Stone Matrix, allowing for long-range holographic communications where one can appear as they wish and kind of communicate with anyone else who has one. Mag, in fact, you have a portable version of this that I have to like actually make an item card for you, but it relies on a charge and it relies on being in range of one of these big ones, essentially. But there are also even some private and public matrix hubs that require a more advanced machine than the one here to create a shared holodeck-like environment used for a vast array of purposes. But that's a much more expensive piece of machinery than you have here.
Oh.
And this one's already very expensive.
Yeah.
And this one kind of works like a conference room.
I was gonna be like, no way. You guys have seeing stones? I thought that was later.
Kind of, examine
we
it.
know that Mag is a time traveler?
Up to Mag.
He is not particularly quiet about it.
And there's another question. Do we believe this? Like, has he proved this to any capacity at all?
Controller would just take that at face value. He believes the train can do anything. He'd just be like, the train sent you here. The great
Just
engine.
summoned you.
He's got some things that are weird about him. Like, actually, his component pouch is essentially just a small abacadabras that just makes whatever he needs for like synthetic components. And then he just dresses and looks weird, but up to you if you believe him.
Just controller just like reaching out, like gently touching different parts of the orbs, and not like turning it on, just reference.
Yeah. It's pretty.
It is good. Much of the engine is still intact.
What? No, this ain't the no. This is what like the guy said he could use to talk to the other people. This ain't the engine.
He refers like he kind of makes a hand movement that takes in everything.
Sure.
We are in the engine.
Oh. Okay. Well,
I mean, it's not entirely correct.
not
Is
as
it-
like a matter of
is-
fact. But
Is each car like individually powered, or is it like a head locomotive that basically tows them? Like if
Good
we were to
question.
separate this car from the others, could it still drive
They
itself?
are separate car. They are all pulled by the engines, but there are auxiliary engines as well as the main engine in the front. So there's the main engine in the front that powers and pulls, and then there are auxiliary car engines at various places that can kind of
To like help it
decouple.
because it's so big. Okay.
You know, like the Enterprise, how like the top disc can separate and fly off. It's kind of like that, where parts of the trains can separate off and like go into separate things, but there are like separation points. But any car can theoretically be separated. But if it loses attachment to one of the engines or the auxiliary engine or the main engine, it obviously gets fucked.
That being said, upon any clarification, he just kind of, his features are a little bland being a visor, so he's just kind of staring at you without comprehension.
yes, a beautiful engine, to be sure.
Just that little head tilt that guys do to one another.
And I'm really one to argue. It doesn't really matter.
Oh.
And here, kind of in a wider car that's kind of a little built in a very clever way that kind of allows for an extension, is a large car hangar. And it seems to have two war machines parked at the very edge. One is an ironclad class war machine. That's this big one over here. And the other is a dart class war machine. That is this one over here. That's the dart.
Dart? Like the
The dart.
throwing thing? Okay.
And this is the ironclad. They are branded with the logo of Healing Word, the corporation that owned this vessel.
I'm immediately going to just check these things out. I'm proficient in Smith's tools, Tinker's tools, and land vehicles.
Holy steeds from on high.
Don't really think these are steeds. It doesn't matter.
There's a shot of the garage there for you.
Oh, hell
Fun.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then you see where the cars go. But there are spaces for more vehicles, seems
Are these
in
big
there. They got
circular
facades.
things on the walls? Are those like bays that they would leave from?
Yes, this is where they leave. They like leave
Sick.
from the sides, and they open up and then drive out.
And then is this big pillar thing like a furnace?
Wait, pointed it.
The one in the image, the thing on the right. Oh no, that's a column.
These are
Never mind.
these are columns, and then there are various lightings that like help like to get underneath the carriage, like under carriage
I see.
lighting and like mechanic lights and such. And at the very back there is like the workbench area and such for like right here. This is like where all the work tools are on this back wall for maintaining and fucking with cars and shit here. But yeah, there are some impressive vehicles, still quite branded, but I will go ahead and add these to your vehicle collection, and under player
Vehicles.
character, I'm gonna go ahead and add a vehicle folder, just to let you guys see these stat blocks here. Duplicate, and vehicle. Duplicate. Go. Vehicle. Configure permissions. All of you are owners of that. I just made a copy. But now you guys can see the stats of your specific ones, and I'm actually going to make them. I'm actually going to make these better. I'm going to actually make these particular ones link actor data, date token, so that they are unique essentially, and they actually persist with their damage and health and stuff. But you can look at all the mechanics on how that works. Essentially, the dart, I'll just kind of give you a rundown of the two of them. What you guys are pretty much familiar. All of you are very technical at this point, especially, for various reasons. So you guys understand these almost intuitively, especially if you're fishing with land vehicles, though. So the dart class war machine has the one action station, which is what these when it says actions, it means action station, which is a slot that can be manned by a crew usually. But it has one. It's like a motorcycle. It requires one crew, grants 3/4 cover. You can drive and steer the dart, but the nimbleness of the dart allows it to be driven with only one hand, so you can use your other hand freely. So this is you can use your hand to spell cast. You can use your hand to shoot a weapon. You're kind of relying on whatever you have in your other hand when you're relying on the dart. Well, the dart is quicker, and it has the stunt ability, which allows it to jump, which is very useful for jumping over the train, especially like in a train combat to like get to the other side of the train, doing stunts and various things like that. Very mobile vehicle here. The other things you can kind of read there. The general thing about the Ironclad here is it is a big ramming tank. It has two slots. One is the driver. The driver has the ability to take advantage of the crushing wheels feature, which allow essentially if you move through the space of a medium or smaller creature, or
Run
you can
fuckers over.
run fuckers over. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can also do the raking scythes for vehicle damage with the as the driver. But there also is a room for a harpoon flinger gunner. And fun thing about these weapon slots, like this one has like a weapon slot that can be modulated to different weapon parts that you can find in the world in the game, and like there are different like weapons and stuff that you can customize your vehicles with, and there are different armors and a lot of cool stuff you can actually find to customize these particular war machines. And there are also different war machines to collect and different types of war machines, so there's a lot of like variety there. But this is what you have at your stop. And they are some beautiful machines. Save for the logo, which is repulsive.
Is there the schedule anywhere?
Looking about, make an investigation check. Anyone who would like to try to search for it. It doesn't take long before. Oh yeah, both of you are like pretty in sync. You're checking out the cars. You open up the door at the same time of the Ironclad here, and in there's like a set of paperwork on the passenger seat with the gunner seat essentially. And it does seem to have like the schedule, a few like guard routine information, and it does mention that. So you notice it's the 4th of Ahixius, right? This is something for you to note down. You can even use the calendar note-taking feature if you would like. But the next time this train was scheduled to check in was going to be on the 30th of Ahixius. Yep. No, wait, it's the 21st of Ahixius. I'm sorry. It's the 21st of Ahixius, and the 30th of Ahixius is when it's next
So we
checking
have a
in.
little over a week.
Yeah. And if you open the calendar, you can actually make a reminder of that if you care, or of the day before if you care, or you keep up with it in a different way.
Well, looks like if we want to get back there, we'd have to get this thing up and running pretty quick.
With our combined expertise, it shouldn't be too big of an issue. I mean, I know how these things work. You're from the future or something. Controller is part
I will
train,
acquire
I believe.
any necessary parts.
Right, we just need the parts.
Okay, great.
I can fabricate them. Albeit slowly, and only the small pieces. Did you guys know that Free Brick can just straight up make objects once a day? He can just make things out of thin air.
Well, I mean, do we want to do this whole daughter thing?
The audit does disappear after 1 hour, though.
Oh, it does. That means that
Yeah.
it's a feature that where it doesn't go. I can like make noises and stuff. I can
it go choo
smell
choo?
like oil. I can make anything choo choo.
Oh, I'm sold.
Remember when I made controller choo choo after I drank too much?
Yeah.
It was a wonderful day.
Simply say the word.
Well, yeah. So about
The
this
smell of
guy's
oil in here, by the
daughter.
way, controller, is very refreshing. It's just like filling your nose senses, your augmented, what do they call it? What am I saying? Artificial, that's the word I'm looking for. Artificial nose senses, picking up on this oily scent in here, especially from the machines. In fact, these machines could use a little bit of an oil change. Oil's getting a little dirty.
They have not seen caretaking recently. Yeah, petting it like it's a horse.
Much of the
Perhaps
place is like that, in fact. Like this place definitely screams that it was once much nicer.
some housekeeping is in order once we're squared away.
Where did we stop? Where is this train located right now? Is it at a station?
No, it is in the middle of the wilderness. So if you want to go exit, you can go to the engine, which is at the very north. So you got to go all the way back up north, but it's the farthest one north, and then you can go outside and take a look around if you'd like. But it is, yeah, kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's why the village has been established to kind of survive for the next few days with some of the people that are here.
Gotcha. So just to confirm, because it sounds like there won't be the supplies we need here to fix the train. So maybe I'm not understanding.
If you remember, a stowaway on board claimed to be an engineer and a Greenhorn adventurer have been trying to make himself useful. They or others within the camp might have some valuable insights on where to locate some of these parts.
Gotcha.
And so we have these vehicles to rotate them. Guess them ourselves.
What?
The vehicles to go out and gather them ourselves.
Oh yeah, we can take one of these Buicks
Because
out
that's
there.
what they're for.
I like this one. Can we take this one?
We like the big one.
I do like the big one.
I am also quite partial to the big one.
Between the two, there is enough seating for all of us.
Let's take the big one.
Is the big one's not able to hold all three of us, is it?
No, but
no, but people can
as
hold
two-
on to this.
People can hold on to the side of these, but they don't gain any cover or any benefit. So you're just kind of hung on the side, and it is a little dangerous. But you can hold on to the side of anything but the motor. The motorcycle can't. The
I call
motorcycle-
Gunna.
Actually, I lied. There's a creature capacity stat. It's under attributes. There's four medium creatures can fit in the war machine, but you don't get cover benefits. I was right about that. You don't get cover benefits. But that's how many can do it. 4 people can fit into the big one.
Sometimes the one driving.
I still call Gunna.
But you are in a kind of a tight canyon spot right now where
Damn.
there is like a little bit of tough. You can get the cars out. But you kind of need a place to go that's like within like a range. So figuring out where the cars might be going first might be useful.
So I don't call Gunna.
I mean, not yet.
Okay.
Okay, so.
You could drive the motorcycle around, just like driving
Wait
pushing
a second.
wheelies.
Arrogant goblin character.
There is a stunt feature on them. I don't know if you know. And look, it uses the. It's fun because it uses the dexterity of the
I'm kinda
a fucking
getting sold.
motorcycle. You have to be proficient in land vehicles to drive them, I guess. But it's funny that like the driver's skill doesn't really come into play on how good you are at doing the stunts, which might be something to like look into because that is. That shouldn't be the case.
Hmm.
But yeah.
When he starts thinking about getting in the car, he looks down and you could see that he's like tracking something with his eyes, but it's not immediately apparent. He's like, no, I want to drive it, and soon I will. Just not right now.
Are you able to drive it?
Oh, yeah. With some help.
Like, for example, from someone who knows how to drive it?
Yeah, kinda. And like, oh, well, since it's just us, I guess I'll let you guys in on the secret. And he will reveal a little a little car that's next to him, driving around him, as well as 5 other figures. These are his various patrons. So you see a little slime cube behind him.
It's wearing a night helmet, I believe.
Yes,
Like
wearing a night
sitting on
helmet.
it.
There's a little almost remote control car that's following him around and always shooting up dirt. There's a little devil in a little imp-like devil in a suit. And there's 3 others. But we'll get to
I'm
them
one of
in
the few that talk.
time.
Fascinating.
Yeah, he's helping me with my driving. He can also help with you with your driving.
See, like the truck's like doing like 6 stunts, and it's like it's doing stunts like off of the architecture of the war machine. It's like jumping up on them, like ramping off and shit. Looks sick. It's like a Hot Wheels, but bigger, slightly bigger, much bigger actually. More like the cool ones you would get at Christmas that are like about this size, and you like pull them out and like drive them around. Yeah, good RC cars. Yeah.
Are these like tangible? Like, where do they come from?
They just sort of appear and disappear when he wants them to,
Yeah.
wherever they were.
Are they like
So-
spectral, or like is the slime like leaving residue
It's
on the
like
floor?
leaving a little bit of a
I
slime
think it is
trail.
spectral. So, but like you could
It's
see
a
little
spectral
things.
slime trail.
Okay.
The effect of a slime trail.
Like, do they seem to be like interacting with stuff? Like, was the car like bumping into things and like moving them? Like, do they seem
It's not moving things, but it
corporeal?
is like interacting with things.
okay?
It's like faux interacting with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like it's going up the curves like you would expect it
Like
to.
when it goes
but
off
like
a
it
little
doesn't
jump, it'll do
knock
a
things,
jump.
yeah. Yeah. But it's
Okay.
not like it's not like physically hitting anything.
But it's not like actually. It doesn't seem to be corporeal per se.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Corporeal.
And then
Okay.
it just makes it invisible again.
The slime knight is like rolling up to you, Friedrich. And then it disappears.
What did this fitness?
You see Mag on your end. He's like climbing. He's like the slime knight is moving and is climbing up his
He's
leg.
trying not to make it obvious, but he is kind of like he's like, Get down. Get down. Get down. Get on.
What, me?
Slime Knight looks
No,
back at you.
sorry. No.
Is something amiss?
No, everything's fine.
Keeps going.
Oh,
It's like on his face.
you're
It's just
sliming
like
all
right
over
right
him.
there. Big cube.
Okay, you're getting slimed. I'm sorry.
Wait, me?
Yeah, he's like all up in your business right now.
I don't feel anything.
Good.
Don't smell anything.
So it's like it's not there.
Now he's like resting on the top of his head like a hat.
Basically, like it's not actually there. Is this important?
No, it's not. It's just distracting.
Right. So why is this a secret?
No, it's not.
There are plenty of people who can make like little cute illusions.
Yeah. Cool. Then yeah, I'll show everyone them. I just didn't realize that you guys were cool with that stuff.
No, you're not right. This is actually sort of distracting.
Okay, well then.
Oh, fair enough.
They have done a good job of distracting us from our initial course.
What were we doing?
Well, now we are going to talk to some people about getting our pots. And we're figuring out if we are going to save this guy's daughter or not. It seems real sudden. He's got to be back in a week.
Medical functionality for the engine could be beneficial. But other than that, I find myself indifferent.
That's true. I mean, we could just steal the stuff without the daughter, too.
Yeah, but then what would that make us? Would it be any better than Healing Word?
Yes.
Okay, but like how much better?
I don't know. Isn't
Like
it
if
enough?
we were to extract the data and fulfill our side as a bargain to this friend of ours, and he perhaps proves useful in the future, perhaps the daughter herself is a gifted child. You
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
mean, we could definitely try, but I'm just saying, I don't want anyone to feel pressured to get this train up and running in a week. But if you can, maybe we should try.
There is a practicality to upholding the agreement.
And there's a practicality to that.
Given the choice, I would prefer that we save the man's daughter.
Okay, so we'll fix the train, we'll save the daughter, steal the shit.
Sure,
That's a good plan.
sure. This is good enough. It's a good starting point. We will figure it out as we go along.
That's
Shall we find some parts?
yes. We should go find some parts. We exit at the
Go
front
find
of the
some people who
train.
know where the parts are.
Yeah, you have to go up to the main engine. So all the way down.
Go up the other way.
Yeah. It should be said that like this is the very like last car at the very this is in the last car I should say. There are other cars like behind this and in front of this that are not necessarily being viewed through that are largely right now at this moment passenger slots.
Hmm.
Oh, Ned, be coming through again.
Uh,
It might be like noise gate might be a little too it might be a little just under. It might be what it is. Where it needs to be. But anyways, yeah, so like there are like these like various passenger cars. Seems like and actually as you kind of get up to the front engine, you're able to tell some things by the time you kind of like walk the length of this train essentially. Firstly, you get to the engine and you see the powerful engine of the Harmony is a standard fit for opulent class vessels, of which the Harmony is. The opulent class is one typically designed for luxury and comfort, but the Harmony has long since moved past those days. It has now been retrofitted to seemingly serve as a passenger/cargo vessel, but the bones of the opulent class can still be seen, and they certainly do make a strong foundation to be built upon. But right here, give you a shot of the engine here, but right here next to the engine, you'll see there's another hangar-like door that allows for exit out into the front there. And I'll get you kind of in front of the train, but here's the engine room, as it were. Quick shot engine room, nothing too cinematographic. Go.
While I've been kind of going up through here, like what seems to be the thing that's shutting this down? Is it the engine room that's like having problems?
There are 4 missing parts that are damaged that seem to be need to be replaced, and there are various parts of the train.
Well, since I've like walked the length of it, would Figure be able to figure that out?
Yeah, you guys are aware of the parts. The parts of the gyro whirler. You need a new set of converters. Yeah, a gravitational coupler. Yeah, and an underframe harness.
Are all 4 of these like critical to the train moving, or are some of these like more important than others?
You will need all 4 of these before the train can move.
Okay.
Oh, this music's so dramatic.
Shit, get to the engine car.
Something's going down.
I don't know what it is, but it is going down.
But yeah, you'll be able to use that, and there you go. Look at there. It looks nice. Works nice and snazzy. And here you are, in the train village. Which, hang on, let me. I'm doing a new thing where I sort of leave Dungeon Alchemist open and like get shots in the moment, but I don't know if I'll stick to that in the future. I might just do the previous shots. So I have to kind of jump around a lot here. Or I do the shots ahead of time, but trying new things. But yeah, you see as it loads, you'll see.
There's like a fucky wall thing going on.
Yeah, this is just like this where you can't see past it. This is a large like cliff of sand, essentially.
Oh, with this tree up on top of it.
Yes, and you can see like that, like you can't walk up there, but like you can see to the top of the hill, essentially. Oh, you can walk up parts of it, actually, depending on the walls. Yes, yes. Walk up that far, in fact. But you see this camp here. Let me give you a shot of the area. Careful where you might wander around, but because you might get killed. But just to give you a shot of the campsite coming off the train, looks something like this. Snapshot. There we go. Nice. Oh, yeah, I definitely got to do these ahead of time. This is it's not so bad, I suppose, but definitely draws a lot of focus. But there, kind of gives you an idea of the campsite. That tent there is does have a lid on it, but that is the center tent. See a few individuals gathered around the camp, but you also get a view of the Harmony from the outside, which she's an impressive vessel, as it were. Show you that too. Wow. There she is, right there.
Train.
Oh shit. Yo, that train got stacks.
Sure does. Luxury stacks.
Big stacks.
Yeah, it goes back many further away. This is kind of the front of the train. And this is where the most of the makeshift bit of the camp has been formed. You see, within the camp, there is this, it looks like this is the strange stowaway that you've heard about, who was found.
Oh, can't see them yet.
We can't see remotely.
Oh, you can't see that
really
far.
Short.
Right.
Now I can.
True.
Is there a reason our
the
vision
camp.
is so short?
Yes.
Okay.
Immersion.
Whoa.
It's for immersion.
It's not even as far as I shoot.
Immersion. When it becomes there's
I don't
not
give a shit what range your guns are.
I
It's
know.
45.
I'm not actually.
there's no sight lines beyond like 45 feet on this map, and it makes it more immersive. Fuck
Okay,
off.
that's
If it becomes relevant, I'll let you see that far.
All right, well, I guess we're talking to this stowaway.
Except for right here by the train, of course. That's the only exception to that rule of there not being sidelines past 45 feet.
Because you guys see the train.
Because, yeah, you see the train.
Wait, so the train continues off to the right, right?
Yeah, back that
The
way.
East.
Yeah. And you are like in
Whatever
between
kind of
this
structure it is.
cliffy canyony, like there's like a walls of a cliff kind of the tracks run through,
Okay.
but it's pretty narrow in here. Well, I guess I can give like a terrain shot to show you what I'm talking about. Wow. Off in the
guess-
distance, by the way, you can see a ruin of a large stone tower not too far from here as well.
I kind of want to establish like the means by which we've taken over / hijacked this train. Like, do we,
Yeah,
like,
that's up to you
assault
guys.
This thing, like, do these people know? Like, are we train robbers to these people?
That is entirely up to you guys. I left that how you guys want to handle that. How the heist went entirely is up to you.
And what caused
so
the train to break?
decision. Basically, whatever you decide happened, some complication in there caused damages to the train while you were causing it. Whatever happened, like maybe when you were if you snuck into the train to do your mission perfectly stealthily, maybe upon sneaking in and breaking in, something got damaged. But you know,
Maybe it's a little hard to be stealthy with controller existing.
yeah. So use the logic of like who you guys are in the situation to kind of inform how the heist went, but ultimately up to you.
So I'm thinking like this train belongs to Healing Word. And so
Correct.
we simply want the train because it's theirs and fuck them. Like we want a train and we might as well take theirs because fuck them, right? Like that's the whole premise of us taking this thing.
Is part of the gist. I think Mook also had some reasons, but that's there's some like things that me and Mook talked about, like for like some backstory stuff here too. But it's
I don't know what.
oh, do you not want to go with that anymore?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what your plan is. I
With
I thought that was like an integral part of the heist. Like,
yeah,
'cause
you
the
were
idea
sent.
was
You
that-
were,
Yeah, I took a job.
yeah, cool.
Oh, okay,
That-
okay. You took a job, and we're aware of the job.
That's up to
If this is in your
how
media
you guys
characters,
felt
I haven't
about
read.
No, I
That'll
don't think
be-
it is at this point. No, but there was just something that Oog and I, like when I talked to Oog privately about what my involvement in the heist would be. I wasn't sure if we were doing a collective thing or not, but I just told him I was going to be part of the heist, so I figured I took a job.
Okay, well, so for some reason or another, we wanted this train, and we took it because it was basically being defended. And we just kind of rough.
Yeah, to my understanding,
Okay.
like there was someone that wants it, that has given a job, and for my character, the reasoning is because fuck the corporation mainly, and also
Okay, so
he
maybe,
wants a
like-
train for his own like business purposes.
Maybe we personally sabotage the train, like while we're just kind of on board it. We then went through, like, I could fix that one if it breaks.
Yeah, maybe that was the
that
only
sort of
way
thing.
to like take out the guardsmen, because there were more guardsmen that were killed
Yeah.
in the incident. The one you guys have captured is the only one that survived.
I see.
Whatever happened essentially.
So maybe we just like purposely caused some sabotage to the train.
Yeah.
Maybe like, I don't know, caused an explosion in the engine room or something, took out a bunch of guards, that kind of thing. Where like rather than just straight like brawling with these dudes, maybe we kind of like dealt with it more that way. And now that the train is crippled and we have established control of it from the only person who's remotely in charge, aka the surviving guard. Like there's not a conductor or anything, right? Like there's no one who's kind of in
Right.
charge. It's just the guard.
Anyone that would have been there are like a few civilians who like, and some staff that are kind of like scattered among the camp
Mhm.
here that know how to operate the train a little bit and like can do some basic tasks on there. But for the most part, the persons of interest are the guard that you've found so far, the stowaway over here who claims to be an engineer, and in the tent here, in this main tent, this tent has been set up by the Greenhorn adventurer who has been going around trying to be. He's just being overly helpful. He's like going out trying to help people. He's like, hey, what can we do? And he has been scouting the area too, so he might know some things.
Okay, so I think maybe our plan was like we shut down the train like with sabotage to make it look like accident, engine failure, part wear, that type of thing. Then get rid of anyone who could basically stop us, and we did, and then establish control over these people. Like maybe not through like dictatorship, but more like we can fix the train.
Get it back going.
And we can get it
A
back
few of these
going,
people
so.
are probably like, fuck the corpos too. If not a lot of people like corporations, and not a lot of people, especially like the people working here, are super happy with this train's conditions. As you can see, it hasn't been super great. Some of the passengers are iffy, but like the staff themselves are probably more amenable
Maybe our
to like
opening
new
gambit
employment.
shouldn't be like, by the way, like, fuck the Republican Party.
Fuck
Just so
them.
like, even if these people are like mostly
No,
a Democratic kind of demographic,
Yeah,
if
but
there's
it
like
could be
anyone,
like-
maybe we just shouldn't oust anyone right away.
Well, we could kind of start there being like, hey, they're not really sending anyone. We got to figure this out ourselves.
Yeah, more
Kinda fuck 'em.
subtle and less. Hey, fuck
yeah.
the corporal. Am I right? We totally didn't break their
Fuck
train.
corpo dogs. We didn't break their train. Fuck them though, right? They deserve this. We didn't do it though, but like they
So our plan is
deserved
to-
it.
Our plan was
Elect
to
me
take the
president.
train because we want the train in reasons. And our method by taking the train is breaking it, getting rid of anyone who could stop us, / contact the corpo, and then establish some form of leadership over these people to basically
And is it like
assimilate
again
them.
up to you guys? Like with how that goes, it makes sense. You guys could have your
Yeah.
cover maintained for not being outed as the hijackers right now. That's kind of the idea, right? Like you guys are still like
Yeah,
Amogus. You're imposters.
Yeah,
You're
I don't want it to
Amogusing.
be obvious.
Oh, we're playing Amogus. Nice.
Yeah,
Amogus.
Finally, Amogus. So you guys are imposters, us, and the crew here. They don't know what happened really, but they know that. You gotta kind of think about why the guards in prison. I guess you guys have. There could be a secret. Like you guys have them secretly stuck away behind boxes or something. Yeah. Yeah. No one's allowed in the train. You haven't let anyone else back in the train. The train's off limits right now. It's undergoing
Well, I mean, there were
repairs.
several explosions that killed a lot of guards.
Yeah.
Like it's not safe in there.
Not safe
Also,
to go back
like,
in the train yet.
If
It makes sense. There
if
you go.
Mag, like right now, we have like the two most prominent engineers besides the stowaway. So it kind of makes sense if we convince them that we should go back on the train to figure out what's wrong, because
And we have this
maybe
big
the most
repair bot.
evidently, yeah.
Actually, with knowing this, I want to kind of retcon this. I want to leave Alpha, my bird, back in that room with the guard.
Yeah.
And the bird is basically designed to basically alert me if someone enters the room.
Oh, that took you back. I can only pull you back to this screen. Pull the scene.
Watch canary. But that's the little thing that he's done. He left the bird there. So if anyone else comes in the room, he will know who, and then we will have to deal with that problem. Cross the bridge when
Got
we come to it.
Cool. So as you kind of approach the camp, you guys crack your knuckles with a newfound purpose and understanding of your role in this camp as imposter, Mogasas.
Right. So
Uh,
we did a successful walkthrough of the train. Still a few unstable things. I wouldn't venture too deep into it, but I think we can repair it, given time.
About a few individuals here that kind of like just gathered, like eating what supplies they've mustered up. Kind of had some makeshift shelters going right now from what they could gather, and they kind of just nod in agreement. Looks like there's a general sense of understanding. Your cover is well maintained, so there's not a lot of reason to doubt you right now. So they're not really going to incite you or anything like that right now for this particular moment. But the crowd is murmuring to each other and just kind of keeping on, and the stowaway turns and says, if y'all need any help, feel free to ask. I am here to offer my services. I know you found me in a kind of precarious place, hiding amongst some cargo boxes where I had my little hideout and my hideaway.
It's neither
but-
here nor there. It doesn't matter. We just need to survive this and fix the train. Your position in life has no bearing. Do not worry about it.
Fantastic, because I know my stuff when it comes to an engine.
Right, well, that is precisely what we've come to ask for your assistance with, all of you. Therefore, critical systems that need to be repaired, and we are unfortunately lacking the parts to do so, but not the know-how. So if any of the crew or you, this esteemed gentleman, happen to know where any of these pieces are, there is a small subset of vehicles in the bay, and I know how to operate them. So if it is in a travelable distance, we can go and retrieve them, fix the train.
Yeah, you see the young Elvin. It looks like a full elf, but he is definitely probably the equivalent of like 20 or so, barely out of age. So probably like 80, 90 for an elf. Like still quite young on the scale there, kind of coming out. It looks just kind of watching, seeing what you're doing. He hasn't said anything yet, but he's just kind of
Is this
attracted by the noise.
Green Horde Adventurer dude?
So yeah, you recognize him. He's the one
Okay.
that's been like walking around asking
Is
about
it
stuff.
the guy, or is there like a group of them?
It's just this one guy.
And how many days have we been stranded, quote unquote?
3.
And what was this guy's name? Did we catch his name?
You haven't
Yes.
gotten
that
either
guy.
of their names. But he
Well,
comes out
Friedrich's
and
just
just
gonna walk around handing out like little tiny scrap pamphlet things that he's written down these 4 parts on. It's just like, if you know anything about any of these, and he's just going one by one to all these random people to kind of leave the other 2 to deal with these guys.
Okay,
He's just gonna
got it.
be handing out pamphlets to random passengers.
You see, the elf kind of walks forth and kind of whispers over to this individual, and then begins to speak up. You guys said you were helping, trying to get the train moving. I've been trying to find a way to make myself useful here. If you need anything, I've been looking around. I've scouted out some stuff. For example, there's this old ruin not too far from here. It's actually just over the hill. You can kind of see it from here. There's this big giant out front, and he doesn't want to let anyone in, so I'm not really sure what's inside. Not too far from there, there's some Adaro holed up in this waterway. Looks like it goes underground somewhere. Not sure what that's about. They seem pretty territorial. They might know the lay of the land, but I don't really know how to talk to them. And then, yeah, that's as far as I've gotten, but I do plan on doing a little bit of further expedition as supplies. I've also splitting my time, but helping people here and hunting for supplies and such.
Are there, do the giants or the, what'd you say, Ordaro?
The Adaro, yes, they're sometimes called water kobolds, I think, because similarities in size and behavior.
Do they typically collect parts? Can the parts even
They
survive
are-
under the water?
It's a question for the engineers, and then looking over to the stowaway, he says, "Yeah, a lot of these things are pretty durable. Should be fine if they picked up any shinies and dragged them into their cave. Could be something there. A lot of ruins and such have valuable parts that we could probably fashion some of these things if we had access to some of these materials. Could be something there too."
Well, what does everyone prefer? Big guy, do you mind getting wet?
Water cannot stop the train, nor me.
Well, there you go. Sounds like we have whatever one we want. What about you? Elf man, boy, man. What's your name?
My name's Azaka.
Azaka. You seem like you'd be ready to help us on this endeavor so we can get this train moving, get everyone back home. Am I right?
I'm suffering a couple levels of exhaustion right now from my endeavors exploring the nearby regions, but once I'm rested up, I'd be happy to help.
Oh, I get it. Ozaka's tired. He's gonna look to this woman. He's like, he's tired. He can't do it. I mean, you're tired too, right, ma'am?
Just 2 or 3 days I've spent mostly just walking around, scouting, hunting. Yes.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
so much someone can do.
Yeah, I'm tired too. Yeah. But someone's got to do it.
I mean, I rest quicker than you, so really I'm gonna make up for it if you think about it.
Oh, yeah, but here, not there.
If you want to wait a few hours and let me, maybe like a few days, like a day or two, really, it's it.
A few days.
Then we can,
I don't know
I can
if
be
our,
of assistance.
if our storage can last a few days. But it's okay. Who's the oldest one looking here? It's okay if they die.
That's
right?
me.
Oh, okay. Well, is it okay if...
Well, hang on, that fella over there, that other guy, other one, other guy that's working on the train, he looks pretty old. He might be older than me.
All right, well, I guess it's just him that'll die.
That's fair. One for all of us. That's a good trade.
All right, so I'll see you in a couple days, right?
Sokka looks at you. Make a persuasion check. He looks at you. Fine. Let's go. And he wipes the sleep out of his face and just starts to follow.
Ah, that's
You're
the
busting his balls here.
that's the spirit. Now, I don't know. Are you a better swimmer or are you good at hitting giants?
Well, I'm okay with my bow. Better when I get the drop on people.
It sounds like he's voting giants.
Both are down this passageway. See, the barricades have been built. Tower is just a short way from the entrance of the waterway, but the giant doesn't seem to be hostile. He just says things in his strange language that I do not understand, and seems to gesture for me to move away. Oh, you do?
Oh, does anyone else? I speak a handful of languages, but only ones those applicable to me in my work. Giant is not one of them.
Just speak Common, Elvish, and Goblin.
Your aim is not within my repertoire. I
I don't think it would be in mine.
Right.
No, I don't speak it.
Well, I can understand him with some clever applications of devices, but I can't speak to him, so I'll have to rely on pantomime. Or if he's hostile, we deal with it accordingly.
Well,
Right.
sounds like a plan. Oh, but the stowaway man. You said we could potentially build the parts we need.
Yes, I think that could be arranged if we salvage enough materials from the ruins, or wherever else we can find them. So when you're down there, regardless where you go, even if you cave, if you see like metals or shiny rocks or anything that looks like it may be useful for that kind of thing, bring it back and we see what we can scrap together.
Okay, great. I feel a little talked down to that you said shiny rocks, but I get the gist.
Well, that's how I look at them. Anything that's shiny, and also a rock. You use that, you bang them together and put them in engines, and they work great.
I have too deep of an understanding of these things to actually understand what you're saying. Are you saying that you need metallic materials, like ferrous or non-ferrous? Should they be conducting? Should
Just
what in
give
particular are you
me
needing?
all
Shiny
that
rocks
you
is-
can. Give me all that you can get, and I'll do what I do best. Don't worry.
And these will work.
They'll work just as good as any part out there. At least enough to get us to a station to get it all retrofitted if we need to.
Right, well,
Good enough for me.
I guess it doesn't have to be a permanent fix, just a temporary patch job. Fine.
Unless we get lucky and find some like full parts out there. Who knows?
No, we can trust this man. We will figure it out.
Yeah.
No, it's not like he could break it anymore. The train is broken.
Oh, but
That's what I'm saying.
don't get back on the train. It's too dangerous.
I said it is a bit unstable,
Yeah,
So-
unstable.
and I believe that the corporation perhaps put some sort of automaton near one of the storage rooms. I entered it as a metallic object with a sharp face. So if you see this metal bird-like thing, I would simply run away while you can.
Looks at you and, all right, I'll stay away from the train as long as you fellers need me to. You're in charge here, bosses. Been doing a lot of talking, walking, and good stuff. So I believe in you.
There's quite a few corpses of guards causing the explosions and the mechanical failures, so if you're squeamish, perhaps don't go in there. It's like I saw men's caught between the gears.
But don't
I
worry.
suppose intraders are natural lubricant.
We'll
but,
get that all cleaned up before we let you on board.
All right, that's good. I don't much like for organs and such.
So just decking the halls.
Well, I wish you luck in your explorations there, fellers. I'll see if I can rouse up anything to help in the meantime around the camp here.
Do any of the parts that we know about, do they affect the what is it called? Oh no, what's it called? The Seeing Stone Room?
Is
it functional
like
right now?
allow it? It's functional right now.
Okay.
Correct.
Because
the engine is like still providing well, actually that doesn't that flies off of Magitech, so that's a completely separate thing. These things function as long as they aren't damaged and are within range of. Actually, you see these big poles that you're near. These big wooden poles. Oh wait, you can't. Can you not see them actually? They might be far. Yeah, you can. If you might see them right near the train. Those
from the vision.
those are the lines that like connect various beacons and ranges, almost like radio towers, to allow connections. So as long as you're within range of these wires, typically you're fine.
I just want to. What I'm trying.
Same thing for your
to-
handheld communicator.
What I'm trying to accomplish is I just want to make sure no one goes in there and like calls for help if we're trying to figure it out, and because of what we've done. So obviously we've Seeing Stone room part isn't on our list, but like, do I get the vibe is like just saying don't get on the train in general is sufficient to make sure that no one goes on there?
Yeah, the train when you captured it, like does have security measures to lock down like various parts of the various cars that you can also incorporate. So
Okay, cool.
you would have had the keys and stuff. So like you could like lock it up essentially
Alright,
with
great.
like keys and stuff. Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to do.
You lock
the whole
me.
thing.
Door. You got it. It's all locked up. Probably if you feel pretty confident, like no one's gonna fuck with it, or no one probably could. Only one that could is the guy in there, and he's under watchful bird.
All right, then let's go to that tower.
All right. I prefer to stay in the back. So
Oh, me too.
better with my bow. So just that way.
Right, well, I'm
Once,
going to dial up my little device. It will take me about 10 minutes or so. I'm going to start ritual casting comprehend languages.
Actually,
I'm going
Alright.
to reflavor all my shit as tech.
do we want
you got it.
to? Oh, actually, before you do that, can I do my thing and then can we like maybe like chill for like a little bit, like an hour or something?
Oh, thank God. Yes, yes.
All right, great. I will.
He sits
aid-
down like, oh, he's gonna take a short rest because he's gonna knock off at least the first level of exhaustion
I'll
from the
aid,
short rest.
us three.
Oh no, wait, you can't do it unless you're at one level. That's right. No, you can't do that. Never mind.
Boom.
You have to be
Yeah,
at one level
nerd.
to knock down the first level. Once you're second level, you can't do it at all. That's right.
All right,
Sure.
+5 max HP.
Yeah.
Dope.
Like controller's just standing there, ready to go. Like he's not like insistent that you guys there. Just as soon as he knows that's the direction to go to fix the train, he's just waiting.
Up.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah. I'm just aiding us three, not him. Stupid nerd.
After you bust his
you look
balls.
tired.
Yeah,
Need
exactly.
someone to help with that. Hey, friends, here's some aid.
Now give us an hour. We gotta chill. I'm tired. I'm a warlock and I'm tired.
I'm sleepy now.
Well, then I guess while we're hanging out, I don't need a rest whatsoever. Farouk is going to I'm gonna ritual cast detect magic, and I'm just kind of gonna like canvas this camp and see if like anything sticks out magically. And I'm also gonna be keeping my eyes out for like devices, like if they're not magical, it's like clockwork devices.
Yeah.
If anyone has anything.
You saw a few like clockwork like doodads on the stowaway, which you haven't learned the name of. But
Actually, it's fucking 3 a.m. We might just go to sleep.
oh no, sorry, it's meant to be like. There we go.
Okay.
It's meant to be like 3 p.m. is more like the idea. Yes. Besides that, no magical objects within the vicinity besides the magic that you're aware of coming from the various parts within the train. Some parts of those use like magical components.
Okay. But you said the stowaway had some stuff.
Stowaway did seem to have you saw some like clockwork doodads on him, like he that he kind of has in his various kit. On his back, there's this even this strange, seemingly like a perpetual brewing machine of some sort. That like looks like it's brewing tea or alcohol or something hot beverage that he dispenses occasionally to himself.
Okay, I was just checking to see where his token was.
Yeah, he's back here sorting through some boxes. Looks like he's looking for some supplies to like do something with.
Well, Mag, while you are recuperating, I'm going to go suss out this engineer to see if he's going to be a problem.
Okay, great. I'm gonna sit with my new friends here.
You come around the corner and like this is like a little like screen vignette to hide the latrines. And here
Oh, then
there
he would like knock on the thing in case this guy's like, fucking shitting back here.
and you're like, I'm not using the commode or anything. I'm just having a look through some of these supply boxes back here. Feel free to come on around.
Ah, fair enough. You seem to be a rather helpful individual. I figured it to be pertinent to maybe get a name, exchange of names even.
Oh yeah. My name is Renard. Thornton is the last name, but I doubt you ever heard of it. Renard Thornton. That's the name, spelled as such. He writes it down, and then I was like, "Yep, still got it." That's it right there. And what's your name, friend? I know you've been doing a lot of good work on the train there. I'd love to get in there and help you, but dangerous.
Friedrich.
Friedrich. Nice to
Friedrich
meet
or
you.
Marker. You may have. I don't know. Judging by the doohickeys on you, maybe you've seen
That
some of
last
my work
name
back in
there
the
is,
city as a watchmaker.
Oh yeah, I might have. That funny name does sound familiar. Well, you need something out of these boxes, or you? Oh, you need to
no,
use the shitter.
No, it's more. I have just a couple of questions from you as a mechanically inclined individual to another. It seems. I'm just curious about where you got your understanding of how the train works, how to fabricate things. Are you a learned man? Did you study at a university, institution, self-taught, previous employment, such and such?
Oh yeah, I used to work. Well, it's a little bit of a personal topic, but I'll let you know that I'm qualified. I used to work on some trains. I used to work on a corpo train, in fact, for a while, but just wasn't the right life for me. And in fact, I came from quite a prestigious academy. Well, not academy as it was, so much as we hired tutors from a prestigious academy to come teach me privately at our estate. That was a long time ago, and
Private tutors in a state, it seems that may have made a disadvantage in the presence of a noble of some sort.
no, not that ain't the right to say anymore. Maybe I was born that way. Sure ain't noble anymore.
Well, if you can fix this train, you save a lot of people, and I would say that is fairly noble.
I hope so. That's why I'm trying to help. I've been hiding out on the Harmony for years now. No one's come across since you fellers found me, and yeah, I definitely been hiding away for a while. So it feels good to be back out there and maybe getting the chance to work on trains again. It's very exciting for me.
I suppose I'm curious. As I said before, this is sort of a no judgment zone. We're all in this together. But do you have any previous ties to Healing World, or I suppose why the
Well,
secrecy? Why for so long?
make a persuasion check with advantage, because he's you got him in
It's still
the
probably
you
shit.
got him
This
in
is
the
not my.
you got him in the you got him in like a almost like a talking shop kind of thing, where like you guys are kind of like resonating a little bit, and he's like, well, before I get into that,
I feel
it's
uncomfortable
touchy. It's a
sharing without
touchy.
being to press.
Well, before I do, it's a touchy topic, and the only reason it could give me some legal trouble. I mean, more than I already am, but I need. Have you ever worked for corpos before? Just curious.
Of a sort. Did not do
Hmm.
work for them directly, but as I said, I was their watchmaker.
Talking shop does sound like an int persuasion. Good point.
True. If that's the case, then it was actually a 20.
Yeah, keep that monitor. And we'll continue the conversation. As he looks at you, watchmaker, eh? So
Very nice.
never really had to work under corporate conditions, then I imagine.
There are some special
Especially
projects,
not, especially not down in the wasteland.
Oh no, never. I barely ventured outside of the main city.
Right. Well, we're in it.
This is sort of
Yeah,
a
looks
recent
around.
thing. Poor luck on the timing, I suppose.
Yeah. You ever make a mistake when you're making your watches that cost someone something?
No.
Me, goddamn neither. And you know what the problem is? I had a partner who did make a mistake, and he put it all on me. That's
see.
the thing. I'm not.
Mistakes have a tendency to affect others uninvolved, huh?
Ever since my partner framed me for damaging a train that I did not do, I have not been allowed to work on any corpo trains, and that was kind of my livelihood. And then my family disowned me because they didn't believe me either. And then that's when I just got on board the Harmony, and I just said, hey, this is a nice enough vessel, and I found a nice comfy spot, and it's been working out. But yeah,
So you chose the train just because they're all you know?
well,
Closer to your passion?
I know the workings of them, so I know how to like get in like the jerry tubes and all that, so I can get around, get supplies in and out of this cabin, survive, make myself comfortable, etc.
I see.
Really works out.
Then I suppose I'm confused on why I want to get the train up and moving, because once it is working, it's presumed we are going to continue on to our destination. And now that you have been ousted, I have no intentions of reporting anything, which happens in the camp stays here, but I can't speak for the sea.
It's much worse if the train. I mean, I guess not. If the train doesn't get moving, eventually they're gonna send out someone to come look for it, and then they'll find it, and I could get back in my hiding spot. But You said it's dangerous to be in there, so until that's fixed, I can't go back to my hiding spot, right? Or is it safer now?
Well, where was your hiding spot in specific? Sort of canvass the train. Some spots are more dangerous than others.
Well, I don't feel comfortable sharing that information with you because I got some stuff in there I'd like to keep. But that being said, what was the question?
I was just wondering which car in specific you were in.
Oh,
Not
right.
necessarily the
Well,
precise
do you have a
location.
different question besides that one? Because I'm not gonna answer that one. No offense. It's just my hiding spot's
No,
personal.
I
It's my
understand.
private
It is your
property.
livelihood, as it were. No, I presume I simply came back here to sort of clear the air, get the name exchanged.
Yeah, someone needs to clear the air as he wipes his nose. It's getting kind of
So you
smelly
did
back here.
choose a particularly alluring spot to be scavenging in.
Well, there's where some of these supplies were.
It's a strange place to put the supplies instead of inside of the tent.
Somebody stacked them up out here.
I presume someone with a poor sense of smell.
I think it was that big robot feller, actually.
That's probably the big
He was just like
robot.
taking out supplies and just piling them up out here.
He is good at moving things.
He said something about the cliff.
rocks in other places.
He said the cliff side here was a good shade and construction value to keep the supplies safe. Like it wasn't gonna, I don't know. But it's next to the shitter.
All right. Well, if you are, I suppose I'm just maybe a little bit lonely speaking to these pedestrian people for 3 days or so. So finding about their families and such, and not being particularly helpful. But you volunteer your services. You seem to know your stuff. It's nice to speak to another who understands.
Likewise, friend. Likewise.
Please call me Friedrich.
Well, Friedrich, I'm glad to meet someone who can understand the appreciation of the work I can provide. I'm excited about this opportunity, and I hope we get the chance to, work on some engines together for the time being, and maybe see where it goes.
Right, well, I suppose my friends are waiting for me to go on this giant patrol. And then he's start to leave, and then
And hey!
have that, like, as he rounds the corner, he's going to butt his head back on. Oh, before I go, just one more.
He was like mid-sentence too. Oh, go you first.
No, I'm nothing if not a gentleman. Please, you go first.
Well, I was going to say,
This was my question.
Oh, I was say your friends are waiting for you there, but now you got another friend waiting right here for you to get back. That's all I was going to say.
Oh, you're right.
What were you going to say? Were you going to say? Were you going to say?
No, I feel bad now. So we should have really ended on that one, but now I feel rude. Because I suppose, since the question wasn't precisely answered before, do you have any personal ties to Healing Word?
Well, that company I mentioned, it was Healing Word.
Oh. So a stowaway on a train of a company that knows you.
Yeah, it kind of
That's
felt
quite
like
bold.
poetic justice to make their scraps be the one that subsists me since they refused to pay me any severance or anything. They just
so
damn
it's a
me
sort
to
of
the
revenge.
little bit. And I like the opulent classes, and they don't make them like they used to. And the Harmony, she's a good
They don't
one.
make them like they used to. I mean, look at those stacks. Those are ridiculous.
Look at the architecture and look at
20,
the
30
beauty
meters
and the
high.
design put into it. It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous, even
Just
now.
have a certain allure.
But
Right,
yeah,
well, that's all I
I'll
wanted
see
to
you when
know
you
is
get
if,
back,
your ties to Healing Word.
and I'll see if I can round us up some special brews. I got some stuff going in here in my backpack, and maybe we can celebrate your glorious successes when you get back.
Oh, if you are accomplished brewmaster of some sort, perhaps the elf boy, he's been working quite a bit to help everyone out. I feel like he'd use a little bit more pep in his step, if you know what I mean. And into sort of like revitalizing herbs out here, I don't know. I'm not an expert in these things.
Let me do a quick.
Seems like he has some long nights ahead of him and severe lack of sleep. So, just anything
Let
to
me
maybe
see
give
what I
him a
can
little bit
round
more
up.
energy,
Yeah.
or the opposite, maybe something to just knock
I've
him out,
heard
you know.
there's a sort of dung beetle that works around here that you can kind of crush up and like brew into a sort of stewy like drink. Filtered properly, it's supposed to have invigorating properties. I'm gonna try to collect a few and see if I can get enough for this feller. It'll take me a few hours, but check in and remind me so I don't forget.
Sure.
I'll put it on my
I'd like
side
to.
brewer here. It's like my secondary pot.
Well, while we're out dealing with a giant business, I will keep my eyes out for desert dung beetles.
Good idea. They're brown, almost like little scarabs, but they got peculiar orange markings on them. Shouldn't be too hard to spot.
Got it. All right, well,
All right.
enjoy your supply scavenging. Truly try to make do with what you can out here. Do not venture onto the train in specific for the supplies. That room in particular was quite graphic.
Got it. Heard it's dangerous. Heard it's gory, and I'll be here taking
Perhaps on our
Taking
next trip
in my
through
task
with
one at a time.
controller, I will have him move some of the supplies out of the train, if we can, if it is safe enough.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like this little canyon provides natural defense. Seems a good little spot for now.
Anyway, I with that, I bid you adieu, my new friend.
Alrighty, buddy. See you when you get back.
As you walk by, you just hear Mag going around the circle, be like, "And where do you see yourself in 5 years?" And then they answer, and he goes, "Good luck."
Wrong. Wrong. So.
I
hey, you're
really see
done.
myself working at the corporate ladder. This was they go down in 4 years. Fucking idiot.
Well, who
So I was
knows?
kinda
Things
like-
are different. I don't know, but
Hey,
have a
hey,
backup plan.
he kind of comes up to you. And kind of whispers a little bit lower tone to you there, Mac. You seem to really, based on how you're talking to everybody here, really know what's up. Could you fill me in at all? I'm kind of new to this whole being out here in the wasteland, being out here in general, doing business and stuff. It's all new to me. You got any pointers?
Yeah. Well, kid, I would say stick with me, and I'll show you everything I know. But you gotta
That's a
watch
start.
closely.
I'll watch.
It takes time, and you don't get how funny that is just now.
Okay.
To the tower.
The tower.
Oh, you're good, right? You're not tired anymore.
I'm still pretty tired, but
You're good.
good enough to go.
Yeah, you're good. All right, we're all good. We can tower time.
Are we all good?
Oh, wait, no, we're not. All right, now I'm all good.
Well,
Wait, are you guys all good?
I'm all good.
I'm good. I spoke to our
Far
stowaway
away.
friend.
So far.
I
Let us
believe he's
proceed.
Okay.
a valuable person. So it was a giant.
Well, we're closer than you are.
Who, you and the stowaway?
No, just the
Over
rest
here.
of us.
Oh, you seem to have all walked past me. So I have these lapses from reality.
He's just like staring off. He's like looking at like
That's okay.
these three people that are
He's
sitting
just,
down.
like,
I thought that was
Fucking
you.
Where they used to be. Like, sorry, my object. I have like a severe case of object permanence where objects just don't move for me when they actually do. It's an age. Oh, I say you're gone again.
And
yeah,
there-
he's gonna start while we're walking. Start ritual casting. Comprehend languages.
You guys can already start to kind of see the tower come into sight. It's a little bit in the distance here, but yeah, move a little closer,
Okay, I will.
and you'll see. But yeah, there you see a large creature known as an Abeneth giant. Looks like that. Guards the doorway. Seems to be kind of like standing between the doorway and looking off at you, kind of staring right at you as you kind of are coming approach. It doesn't look like it's being hostile. But this creature, as you can see, instead of a thumb, where its hand is, it's like a three-fingered creature, but instead of a thumb, it has a long protruding claw that looks particularly vicious. You know these creatures to be of variety of cultures. You'd have to kind of, in fact, at like Mag, you know a little bit about one particular tribe of Abeneth giants that are wastelanders who also work on giant war machines themselves and operate their own like war machine fleet that are much larger than others. And so, in fact, some of the war machines that they operate are the size of entire trains.
Yeah. One of the first things he'll do is he'll make his little race car visible. He's like, see one of yours? Not in that car.
The car like vrooms up and just like looks to it. It jumps at you and then like it just in the
All
sand.
Right. This isn't one of the sick car giants, guys. I don't know if you knew about those, but I'm disappointed, and now you can be. All right, let's go say hi.
You start to approach, and the giant kind of straightens its back.
Because I'm smaller, do I get to get closer than he might assume?
That perception.
Yeah. You're smaller
he
than I
shouts-
Where
thought.
is this giant? We can see the giant, right?
He's in the
Where
doorway.
fuck is he?
Oh,
he's
you can't
just
see
standing
him. There you
there.
go.
Oh shit!
What?
I
Never
Suddenly
mind.
giant.
He was there the whole time.
was there the whole time.
Oh, man, this is
And
the object of impermanence. I also have object ignorance.
he shouts out to you in giant, and just does anyone speak that? You have covered language going? Don't do or something? Isn't that the thing? Yeah. And you understand him to say, "Halt! I am Jor. It is my sacred task to defend this site."
Friedrich is going to like
Stands on
hold
the
up
stone
his
door.
hand to like kind of stop the others, like the halt thing. He's going to stop. He's saying to stop where we are, and that he is tasked with guarding the place.
This is a sacred site. My people have designated it as such.
As he claims
None
this place is some
may
sort of holy
enter
ground.
until they return.
I think we need to immediately impress upon him that we mean no harm. Boy, put down your bow.
He looks towards you, Mag.
Your gun, controller, your whatever the word that is, a wall.
I'm sheathing it. I'm not putting it on the ground.
I'll
It's
do the
for
same.
you,
And he
huh?
puts the bow on his back and slings it over.
Well, Friedrich's gonna unsling his crossbow and like toss it out onto the sand in front of him.
I guess he just does his best to like it down into
Plant it.
Yeah.
the sand like a Pavis. Like,
As it slams into the sand, it spreads.
Then
Sand
Friedrich is going to approach with like his head down and like kind of his hands up. And he's just
Hmm.
going to start speaking. Friendly, need help.
What aid can I provide? But mind your distance.
Yeah, then Freebrick is gonna get here and he's gonna kind of like sit down in the sand in kind of like a I can't really fight you while I'm sitting type of pose. And he'll like hold up his hand. Is it choo choo? Broken.
I understand your train.
Is he speaking giant?
Yes.
Meg, the 4 pieces that we need, there's a whipple dinger or something of some sort.
The gyro whirler, the underframe harness, a set of converters, and the graviturger coupler.
Yes.
You talk like the one who was inside.
Again for me. There's a gyro whirler. Gyro whirler. Yes?
Yes.
He looked at the giant. Gyro whirler?
You talk like the one and say the funny words like the one that was inside when my people got here. He wanted to leave, but once the site was deemed sacred, it is not allowed to be interfered with. None can leave, none can enter.
Underframe harness?
He said something like that, I think, or I don't know. Said things, weird words. He was interested in trains and parts too. Looked like you. Small.
Us? Enter. How?
You wait for my people to return. Then
Where?
we will enter it together and commence our pilgrimage below. And you may attend. We welcome all comers when we go on our delves.
Right, so the giant is incredibly friendly, but also incredibly vigilant in his task, and will not allow us to enter. But it sounds as if there's another engineer of some sort. He knows of these train parts that is trapped inside and is not allowed to leave. The giant claims we must find his people. And when they return, we can all enter, as they will have a feast or something. So he's very friendly, so I don't want to just incapacitate him, but I don't know where his people are.
How long have his people been gone?
I hope he knows what this is. Friedrich is gonna hold up like a pocket watch. How long your people gone?
He looks at the watch, then ponders the question and looks up at the suns.
I don't know if he's pondering the question or if he's wondering what time it is.
Many.
Many. I don't know how to pantomime days or months.
What's
Or years.
behind him? Is it like a closed door?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I have this magical. Let me show you the look at the front of the other spokes. This is just gonna give you a view right there. There you go. 11. Boop. Looks like that. And that big like pillar thing is like the separation of a large stone door, like pushed. Looks very heavy though.
Does it look like a door that like maybe controller would be able to push open, or does this require
Yeah,
something like
a large heavy creature, like a strong enough 16. You got
I
a
was say,
shot at doing it.
when it
And with leverage and stuff.
let's see. Making strength-based ability checks, I technically count as a large-sized creature, so
Oh, there you go.
That would help, but it doesn't have a size requirement. It's just very heavy, so like it's just so your athletic check essentially would do it. Anyone strong enough could do
Well,
it.
because a bigger thing, it means that the amount you can push, pull, or lift is doubled. So
Yeah.
that's good.
Does this race sleep?
Yes, these giants sleep.
We could wait until he goes to sleep.
Make a Arcana check, medicine check, or nature check.
No.
You don't have to.
I won't.
What are you wondering?
I'm wondering if we could just get around him when he goes to sleep, or kill him softly. But getting around him probably preferable.
Based on like his skin complexion, does it seem like probably he doesn't spend a lot of time out in the sun, or he does spend a lot of time in the sun?
He has almost like a rocky skin texture. It is very rough and calloused everywhere.
Oh, hey, you've seen up here. You knew about this guy. You ever seen him leave this post?
Who?
Osaka.
Oh, you have to relay the question.
Oh,
but
yeah. No, I'm talking to Osaka.
Osaka looks at you. Sorry. Have I seen him leave his post?
Yeah.
No, but I tried to sneak up on him one day and I climbed around and hid, and he just knew where I was. He sleeps there. He just kind of piles up in a ball, and I've tried to sneak up on him when he's sleeping, and he hears me, I guess. When I get close enough, even no matter how quiet I'm being, no matter how quiet the sand makes my feet, picks up on it.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. It doesn't sound like he's giving us many options by way of him having this mission.
But I mean, you don't necessarily need to be inside, except that now we know there's a person in there.
Yeah, and shiny rocks.
The one inside can't leave, but he could come to the door, maybe attempt to talk to him.
Well, he claims that no one can enter and no one can leave. So that one of us, as a person who seems to be speaking of this possibly needs a gyro roller sound frame harness, he says this man spoke the same words and is locked in there and he will not let him out.
Hey, I got an idea. I could probably trick this big dumb idiot if you guys want. And then he'll open the door, and then you guys, I don't know either we knock him out or we just rush in there, but I can get him to open that door.
It is bold to assume he is a big dumb idiot, as these people work on war machines the size of trains.
What if he locks the door behind
just
us?
People like him.
Racist to all.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I was judging him based on him being himself.
Well, as long as that my comprehend languages is not batting up, so to speak. He's fairly eloquent.
Okay, well, I apologize for calling him a big dumb idiot. We can trick this regular, smart, normal guy.
This average intelligent.
But it would help if he was a big dumb idiot.
It would be much more convenient if he was dumb, perhaps small.
Great.
And very sleepy.
Small, sleepy idiot.
That would be ideal.
Okay.
It would be nice.
Yeah, so basically, he can't understand this. I can disappear for a little bit, and then if you guys can convince him I'm inside, maybe he'll open the door.
He just won't let you out.
Or he just won't let me out. But then that goes against the
How
mission
are
that
you
he
going
was
to get
promised to.
inside? Are you actually planning to go inside, or are you just going to?
I can't get inside as long as the door is closed, but I can, if he is a big dumb idiot, and he wants to stick to the goal of no one going in there, then maybe he would not like that I was in there, and he would open up the door so we could all get in there.
I see. Friedrich's going to stand up and grab his crossbow and thing and then walk. So are you just going to nonchalantly walk towards him and then just?
Yeah, I'm going to walk towards him. I'm going to disappear out of time for a second, and then I will come back in 3 seconds, over there. He's not going to point to it, but 2 o'clock. Sorry. If back this way was 12 o'clock, then about 7 o'clock is where I will be hiding.
That was a lot of words to say.
Okay.
Very little.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it. Hey, giant guy.
Just looks at you. Says some things in giant that you don't understand, but
he's gonna start
Friedrich does.
do a little
Do not approach
show of
little
running,
friend.
and then he's gonna.
Oop.
So he disappears and shows up 30 feet over here. Next turn, and then I would immediately use the bonus action to hide over here.
A few seconds pass. He looks and turns and just kind of takes a few minutes, and then he kneels down. He puts his hand on the earth and just closes his eyes.
Oh. Can I figure out what he's doing? It seems pretty obvious.
Make a.
Is he doing like some tremor sensing stuff?
You can make a medicine, nature, or arcana check. Yeah, you've heard about this ability of Abbot of the Giants. They are one with the earth, as it were. They can detect the flows and rhythms of the earth, including things that interfere with these rhythms, such as earthquakes and magical anomalies. So they are able to also just kind of vibrate and sense, and like he opens his eyes, and he turns his head to the side.
He knows you're there.
And he peeks around. You are
Okay.
close.
All right. Well, it was worth a shot. All right. That's my idea. Anyone got a better one besides kill him?
No, but I don't really think that's a good idea in general.
Okay. We could go kill a whole thing of underwater kobolds.
Do we have to go with the killing all of the time?
No, but I'm not waiting here for his people. It's going to be a long
And
time.
we must restore the train. It's not without question.
Okay, fine. Just one more thing. He's gonna stay.
Before you go, just remember, like, it could be this guy or the other guy's daughter. So, like, I don't know, maybe we should not care about this guy. And I mean, we got a daughter to save. That's important.
We gotta fuck somebody. Who we
I'm not
fucking?
so socially naive to know that you're not trying to manipulate me by poking me in a soft spot. Just know that it is working, but it is cruel.
I understand. But keep doing your thing. Go do your thing.
Fine.
It's just a daughter's day.
Your friends, your people, where?
They walk across the waste, traveling until they find 4 sites. They will designate these sites. They will leave a guardian, such as myself, and then they will return to me after they return to the other 2 that they have done before me. I'm the 3rd. So, they are off to find the 4th. Then they will go back to the 1st, then the 2nd, then come back to the 3rd.
He says they fucked off for a very long time.
Okay.
The one of us in there, we need our people.
It's not possible. It is the will
Okay,
of
give us
the
a moment to prepare to
divines.
kill you. One moment. Okay, so
He looks at you.
It was very courteous.
Very well. If that is what must happen, I will give you your time to prepare.
You're very insightful and intuitive.
I mean, we could always just knock him unconscious. You know?
It's a bit non-lethal with this one. Don't necessarily have to kill him.
Okay.
Just maybe draw him away in a cripple.
Does anyone have a recommendation for how to shoot him non-lethally?
Maybe we just
Aim for
lure
the
him away
knees.
from the door and perhaps, I don't know, controller, you go and swing the door open, grab the big boy, pull him up to the side. You can just wrestle with him until we have what we need.
I can try and move him.
Okay, great.
Is there anything that a train cannot move?
Another train going the same direction.
See, he kind of has to size up an angle here. So, see, if,
He's not a train. You are. He's a train.
See, he's probably gonna get mad around the time I start moving closer. So
No, he's
Yeah.
watching you, and then, like he's like, He's readying himself for combat. Like he sees you guys positioning. He doesn't want to move away from the gate. He's keeping his guardianship, and he's looking at you all. But he takes his hands out. He like puts his claws up, and like it almost gives you a thumbs up. But it's like I'm gonna stab you with my thumbs up.
So he comes over here and he's
Like, give me a signal when you're ready.
Right. Okay.
and he basically
okay.
moves off in that big L shape.
He shouts out one more time. Does it really have to come to this, friend?
No, unless we can just go in and out very quick.
I would be damned by my god if I allowed that.
Right.
I'm sorry.
One moment, and allow me to summon this thing to help kill you. And yeah,
This is the only way. I do
Friedrich
not
is
wish to
possessing
harm
this
you,
beast.
but I cannot depart from this door.
Right. Well, unless you come over here to interrupt me, thus leaving your door, I'm going to take my time to prepare
You're
this to
also-
the best of my ability.
You'll probably be surprised at how easily you will be moved from that door.
That is not the point.
Okay, well, whatever is the point, I guess we'll figure it out later.
Wait, do you speak common?
Oh, true.
True. I don't. I
Well,
didn't say that.
Okay, I was like, maybe he isn't that in tune.
I
He
was
just
saying
actually
that
has
to your
understood
vibes.
everything we've said, but he's just only been speaking giant. Because that would be funny. Yeah, then I'm going. Cast the summon B. This one. Oh, you can see that.
Whoa.
Oh, that doesn't work.
Oh,
That looks weird. It stretches it in a very odd way.
Don't worry, it works on my end.
Oh.
Whoa.
It's fine. It has like plus 40 to damage. It's fine.
Plus 500 damage.
At the same
got it.
time he does that, can I hex him for strength? Feature hex?
Yeah, as soon as the spell cast goes out, we'll launch us into initiative. We'll say the summon goes off, and like all these kind of things happen. But we'll get into that next session because we only have a few minutes here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah, Matt does have to get going. So we'll pick up right there. Not next Sunday because you said we have to reschedule, but we could reschedule to a time sometime that week because I'm free
No, Sunday after
that
Christmas.
Monday. Yeah, I'd be free that. I'd be
Um,
free that Monday, that Tuesday,
let's say it's
that
just
Friday,
bad
that
for me.
Saturday.
Yeah, I think Nev has class.
Oh yeah.
I could probably do that Saturday.
I could do that the Saturday. What's the date on that?
The 17th,
24th?
right?
17th.
Or are you talking about the 24th?
Or we could do either one. Both are the same, actually. I could do either. Both could work, actually. That could work.
What is it? It's Saturday the
17th or the
17th?
24th.
Okay. I could do the 17th. Definitely not the 24th.
I think so.
That's true, that's Christmas
Normally I
Eve.
can't do
Mhm.
Saturdays, but I think I can do this Saturday. I think I have it off.
Cool. We'll talk about
No.
more between now and then. But yeah, fun start to the setup. For like little bit of post game here for Matt too because he only has like 5 minutes. But just kind of